combine these two energies, you're going to be excited, fired up, and loving what you're doing and getting paid to do it. If you just open yourself up and let yourself go. It's almost like those flowers that are closed and they're beautiful when they're closed, but when that sunlight hits them and that water is activating that chlorophyll and that flower opens up and you just see all the extra beauty that's in it. What up, y'all? What up, what up, what up? I'm Miss Indigo Blue. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. We are talking about the full moon that is going to be coming next weekend. So we've already talked about what we need to be doing during the week to cross the upcoming bridge that is in store for us for life change. And during the next full moon is the perfect time for us to complete this old cycle. So if you're not familiar with full moon energy, full moons are the culmination of the moon, right? The moon starts and we can't see it, and then we start to see slivers of it in pies of it, and then we see the full moon, and then the full moon fades out and then it goes back dark again. And of course that is because of the way that the sun is moving and reflecting its light upon the moon, and the moon is reflecting back to us what area the sun is shining upon it. But it does interfere with the energies that are at play in the atmosphere. If you haven't checked out what your moon sign is, some people don't know that they have a moon sign. They just really know their sun sign. You'll hear people running around saying, I'm Sagittarius, I'm Aries, I'm Taurus, I'm Cancer. And that's really just one small part of your chart. You have a rising sign, a moon sign, a sun sign, a Venus, and then there's all sorts of other placements. So if you haven't taken a look at your chart, there are ways for you to do that easily. You can go to Cafe Astrology, astrologycafe.com, and then download your whole chart. You can download an app if you have iPhone. I don't believe that it's yet on Android, and it is called CoStar. And if you're an Android user and you know of an app that you can download to your phone for you to get your full chart, then please comment it in the comment section and I will do my best to repost that information. So before we get started, we're going to call in the energies of earth, air, fire, and water and ask for us to be able to create a life of beauty, reverence, and wonder. With each season, let us rejoice through each phase of sun and moon. Let us be in harmony in every direction. Shall we offer our love? This is my full moon elixir. So I'm just going to spray it now. Great Spirit, Mother Creator, bless this earth through my life, source of all nourishment. We seek to replenish your sacred world. Guide us now through these images, words, and feelings within as we reach into the wholeness. Let all that is needed be known. So we are looking at what the full moon energy is going to bring. So with the cards that are going to come out today, it will be your job to determine if this is something that is effective in your life or something that you need to get rid of because it's either a distraction or a blockage, something to that sort. So the bridge that we have been talking about working across next week is the bridge to our purpose and making our purpose come to the forefront of our lives. So I feel like because we were saying things like you're going to have to become the student, put yourself in new rooms where there's new people and things of that nature, that this full moon being in Sagittarius and the strawberry moon is perfectly placed within that week. So once you have determined during the week exactly what your purpose is and exactly where you are at, because some of you have already started acting within your purpose or putting in work towards it, stopped, pulled away from it, and things of that nature. Some people feel like there's a stagnancy even though they are working within their purpose. Some people haven't gotten it started at all. Some people feel like it's flourishing, but it could probably do more. There's all different types of stages where you might be within your purpose. And so with Sagittarius, to me, and you guys tell me if you see it this way as well, I feel like Sagittarius makes the best first impressions. Like when you meet Sagittarius, they are full of energy. They normally have this beautiful smile, and they are just very welcoming and energetic. If there's a party going on, the person who is probably doing the most wild thing in the room is a Sagittarius. But Sagittarius is also that person that's going to tell you, don't play with it, don't play with it, don't play with it, okay? So while that person is going to be happy and jovial most of the time, they are those people who have a strong cutoff factor as well. So what I mean by that is they're not going to talk to you about what you did. They're not going to discuss with nobody else what you did. They're just going to sit back and observe, this person did that. And that person going to be cut off wholly and completely and not even know that they were cut off. So when it comes to those things that we have in our lives that are hindering us, then we need to get into that energy. Just cut it off. Just let it be done. And then find something to replace it with. That's the factor that we often forget about that really takes us to the next level with what we're doing. We cut something off, but we don't put something in its place, and then we feel empty or lost. So you have to also determine what you are putting in its place so that that space can still be occupied and there's not an emptiness felt. So some things that I heard when I was meditating on this full moon energy was watch and learn, retaining information, taking action, a reminder that it's still Taurus season, and to listen closely to what people are saying and watch closely to what they are doing. Accept the invite and hell, send the invite. So we're going to start with watch and learn, returning information, and taking action, because that is something that Sagittarius and Taurus, and the sun is going to be in Taurus, are both good at. Often when Taurus goes on a job, they will end up being a supervisor of the job. The thing about Taurus too is it's earth energy, and so there's usually that coin attached to it. So with Sagittarius being so jovial and enjoying what they do and being fired up and having a lot of energy about the path and the course that they choose, with it being in alignment with Taurus right now, if you can combine these two energies, you're going to be excited, fired up, and loving what you're doing and getting paid to do it. So that is a double win. Taurus is going to make that coin. Much like Capricorn, but Capricorn is kind of that bang it out, boom, 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 work, 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 where you can have a little bit more fun with the energy of Taurus, and it's a little bit more laid back. Like they're going to be serious, but not quite as serious as Capricorn. So you want to watch and learn. Is now, remember, you are probably going into a territory that is a little bit unfamiliar, and you need to put on that student thinking cap. And then it's important to be like Sagittarius and retain the information and take action. I don't want to say monkey see, monkey do, but Sagittarius is pretty good at monkey see, monkey do. They are very good at replicating what was in front of them and putting their own special little spin on it. So it's very important that oftentimes when you are finding your purpose, that you make sure to incorporate a bit of yourself. Now, you'll hear a lot of people talking about, if you're creating a business, that often your audience is not you and they don't want what you want. However, if you are able to create an audience or a customer base that is more like-minded, then it will be in alignment with what you enjoy and what you do. So it's all about how you structure what it is you're doing. So whether it's a service or it's a product, or if you are just in the position now to where you want to volunteer or help. These are things that Sagittarius brings a bright, fresh, new, fun energy to, no matter what it is. Work, play, enjoyment. They are always up to make the best of the time that is put in front of them. And Taurus is about not wasting time, and time being monetary. So again, make sure to be able to fuse those two energies together, because what that song say, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. Put that on the front of your mind. I'm about to have fun, but if they ain't paying me, I'm gonna go this way. Okay? Paying you though can be in the form of learning and receiving information. So also expand your mind to receive payment in different methods, okay? And you'll have to use your own discretion as to what you're willing to receive on that. Listen closely to what people are saying and watch what they are doing. And I see someone in observance here, and not so much as to what they might be saying to you, but what they are saying even in an audience. You might come across someone who's speaking to a crowd. You might come across someone who's putting on a demonstration, and these might be things that might, brighten that light bulb for you while this full moon is here, and actually say, aha, that's what I was doing wrong, okay? And allow you to turn that corner and start going towards what's going to be more beneficial to you, instead of keeping on trying that same old thing that's not doing what it needs to do for you, and wondering why isn't it working. And then accept the invite. And if you're not getting the invite that you need, then send the invite. It's a time to not be afraid to enter new spaces with new people, and utilize the information that is out there for you to grow. So if the invites come and you don't normally go, it's time to go. And if the invites aren't coming, then maybe ask someone else to go with you to this event, or just show up in the room and kind of figure out who you navigate towards, or who's navigating towards you, and conjoin. So we're going to go ahead and pull 5 cards from the Sun and Moon Tarot deck. And these cards are going to tell us what action will help to ease this transition, what support to look for while going through this transition, what will be gained, and what you need to let go of. And then there'll be a higher guidance card. All right. So the first card that came out was the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles in this deck looks like this. But we know that Ace of Pentacles is the grand money card, right? So it's time to put your eyes on the prize. This is just saying that what will ease the money is not focusing on the money or the time that you don't have, but focusing on the money and the time that you do have. So even when you are looking at going into certain rooms and certain spaces, you're going to be saying to yourself, well, I don't have the money to go to that event, or something of that nature. But what if you go anyway and somebody left an extra ticket at the door, and the person working at the door gives you that? So this is Sagittarius's other common trait, which is to be lucky and to get into places where you wouldn't think that you would see them at. So let's not let money or time be a hindrance to us during this full moon. That's too many cards. We're just looking for one more. Allow it to be a guiding force. Let it ease into transition. If you keep looking at money or time as something that you don't have, and also love, because pentacles are a reflection of love. You know, if you're looking like, feeling like you don't have enough money, don't have enough time, you don't have enough love, like maybe you feel very low energy, at this point in time, you're going to have to step into that Sagittarius, look in the mirror, smile, turn on some music, eat some good food, do all those things that make your spirit just glow and shine. Dance a bit, laugh a bit, watch a funny movie, do something that makes you feel good before you go out into the public and out into different arenas, so that your energy can be elevated and at its highest peak. Make sure you throw that smile on your face. Some of these cards turned over. Because again, Sagittarius makes that most beautiful first impression. So that smile definitely will come in handy. Right. Last card. There we go. And then if you have an abundance of money, if you have an abundance of time, if you have an abundance of love, these are things that are going to make this transition so much more easier for you. So for the person who has an abundance of money, there might be a way for you to buy yourself into this room. There might be a place for the person who has a bunch of time to go to a bunch of different events during this full moon energy. So because the moon is going to be at its fullest starting on the 3rd of the month, you'll actually have the 4 shadow days 3 days before, and then the moon will stay and fade off. So you have 6 to 9 days that you can really work this energy with. And so it's a good time to play the lottery. It's a good time to go to the casino. It's a good time to, as long as your energy is high, put yourself out there and go chase that pentacle. So if you've been thinking about selling something, or you have a store, it's a good time to list your new products. It's a good time for you to get rid of the old inventory that hasn't been moving and put them on like a resale place. So if you have like a store that's online, that's your main way of selling things, and you've tried to mark them down, they're still not moving, maybe put them on Poshmark, Mercari, one of their little resale shops or something like that. It's also a wonderful time to give back to charity. So if you have an abundance of items, giving back to charity is something that will come back to you, make you feel good, make you appreciate yourself, and help for you to have that heightened energy and feeling of self-worth, that you are helping your community, you are helping those in need, you are doing something for someone less fortunate than yourself. Again, the pentacle doesn't always have to be coming to you as a form of money, time. It can just be that energy exchange. You put that loving energy out there that says that I'm here to support my community. I love the people who I have surrounded myself with, and no matter what their state is right now, if there's something that I can do to make them smile, then it's going to help me in the long run. But that's all state of mind, and you have to be able to do something that allows you to stay in that state of mind, because you can't come back later and feeling like, I should have sold that stuff, I should have did this, I should have did. Just do it in this moment, whatever your heart says to do, and be good with it. So what support is it that you should be looking for? We have actually the card of interference, the 8 of Swords, and this is a whole puppet. Do y'all see that she is being puppeted and actually being surrounded by the swords? So you may be, with Sagittarius, the type of person that might be a little bit naive. that you are this big beaming bright light that enters the room, and you don't understand how very much that can be taken for granted as well. So if you did decide to donate some things, some time, some energy, some products to something, make sure that you set a limit on it. If you say, I'm only going to be here for 3 hours, when 3 hours is up, have an alarm set, and when 3 hours is up, say your goodbyes and work your way to your car. Because the thing about it is, if you put yourself on a boundary that says, I need to leave this place by this time, that means that you probably have decided to go somewhere else after. And if within those 3 hours you make sure that you create all the connections that you are supposed to create within those 3 hours, do all the things that you were supposed to do within those 3 hours, when you leave and go to the next place, then you will be able to meet the people, make the connections, and do the things that you were supposed to do in the place where you were going to. It may even just be going home to rest, and you might need that rest because you might get an invite to go somewhere the next morning, and then you need to be ready for it. So don't allow yourself to be puppeted. Don't allow, also, these swords are communication, and you don't want anybody telling you where you should be, how you should be, when you should be. These are all things that you need to come up with on your own. But you are going to possibly learn how to do those things differently by watching and learning, and that monkey see, monkey do mentality. However, we're not going to be necessarily asking someone for our guidance, and we definitely aren't taking on unsolicited advice. So this is not a time to become someone's puppet, and it's not a time to allow your time, your energy, or your money to be puppeted by someone else. So, you're an adult if you're watching this, which means that you are in a position to make your own decisions. You might also have a partner. Sometimes partners are not in agreement and don't see the vision for the things that you have in your mind. And when you're sharing them with them, they might be naysaying or unbelieving. You can't let that puppet you. You can't let that change your course of action or the way that you think or see what it is that you have decided is your purpose and is your next course of action. You're going to have to be diligent and strong and keep moving forward in what you know is the right move for you to make. And the next card that we have is what will be gained. This is the 9 of Pentacles. Ooh. And after having saying that and knowing that the 9, of course, this is in alignment with the full moon. 9 is coming to an end of a cycle, and it's coming into an end of a money cycle. So if you've been in a money cycle that has been saying to you that it hasn't been fulfilling your needs, like you've been robbing Peter to pay Paul, you've been borrowing against this, you've been having to figure out how to properly manage your money, and it's been feeling like your money is managing you, this is an opportunity for that to come to an end. And because we have the sun in Taurus, and Taurus is about getting to that coin, and we have the moon in Sagittarius, and it's about excitement and fun, this is most beautiful card that could have come out that would be saying what can be gained. You getting to the bag and enjoying getting to the bag. Like, how much better can it be? So whatever has been missing in your life, if it's purpose, if it's your purpose is a family, if your purpose is a business, if your purpose is just to, in this moment right now, be bill free, have enough money to where I can put everything on auto pay and still play every day, claim it, because it's here. That old cycle is ending and the new opportunities are here and ready for you to take them on. So what will you decide is going to be your new way of gaining and earning, that is a little bit easy for you. It's okay for the work to come easy and still be prosperous. A lot of people feel like you just gotta work hard and that you're not always gonna like your job, and maybe not always, but can we like it most of the time? Can we enjoy it half of the time? Can we delegate the tasks that we don't like because we got enough money to pay somebody to do that stuff that we don't like to do and keep us focused on the parts that we enjoy? It's all possible, and this is the time for you to make it possible. Okay, and now we have what we need to let go. Ooh, Two of Swords. Look at her. Nope. I saw a movie the other night, and it was a woman and a man in a relationship, and she had gotten to the point where she thought maybe this relationship isn't right, and he so obviously wanted to talk to her. She went off, he went behind her, and then when she turned around, she said to him, "Do you want this necklace back?" And he was like, "Yeah." He didn't want that necklace back. He was coming to open the door to a conversation so we can fix it. And after she gave him the necklace back, she did this. And it was like he shrunk. Because folding your arms is a method of blocking people out. So with this Two of Swords, it's often depicted as she's crossing herself off, protecting herself in a manner to where she is blocking people out. And she got these swords, so if you make one false move, it's about to happen. That and swords represent communication. So you probably have been cutting yourself off from all the people who you could have open communication with that would actually allow you to be prosperous. So this is what is needing to be let go. Stop holding yourself back. Believe in yourself enough to know that you are where you are supposed to be at, and that where you are going is even greater than where you are. So there's nothing that can hold you back. Remember, we talked about during the week activating that energy that says by all means necessary, legally, not hurting nobody, you know what I'm saying. But by all, ain't nothing stopping this. Ain't no stopping. Because if you fully believe in it, you're going to apply yourself, and you're going to give it your all, and you're going to let it be everything that it can be in your life. And the higher guidance is the Emperor. The Emperor is all-seeing, all-knowing, just in their most productive, abundant, prosperous, lucrative energy that they could be in. There's no higher energy in the deck than the Emperor. So you have to act and move, as we talked about during the week. Stay in that energy where you are acting and moving as you are already at Emperor status. So know that it's attainable, and know what it looks like. What does your Emperor look like? Because not every Emperor looks the same. Some Emperors are flashy, some are reserved, some have lots of things, some have lots of time, some have lots of people. What is important to you, and what is your Emperor surrounded by? Let that be your guiding force, and let it be what drives you to stay the course with this business. Let it, or opportunity, or pursuing this person, place, or thing that you are going to pursue. Make sure that you are knowing and that you are in high enough energy that you are on level with that what you wish to receive, that you wish to gain, what you want to have. Because that is like the most important thing. Are you in vibration with the things that you are saying that you are going to have? The sooner that you are in vibration with those things, the sooner you're going to see them come forth within your life. So we're going to also pull just one card from the Conscious Spirit deck, which will be a mantra or affirmation that can be recited just for the time of this full moon to help keep you stay focused on your task for this full moon, to help you move forward in taking action towards the goal that you have created for yourself in this full moon. And I just wanted to double check and make sure there wasn't anything else that had came to me when I was meditating on the energy that I didn't speak on. It looks like I covered all of that. All right, so what do we need to be telling ourselves this weekend? Oh, and we got solar plexus energy. Solar plexus energy is that creative energy that you present to the world, right? So you get that fire that we saw was coming up during the week, that fire was going to be lit in your lower chakras. And then you have your sacral chakra, which is your creativity and, you know, bringing the stuff that's in your head and putting it out, like, but just in front of you, like your creativity, things that you would do and maybe hang in your home. But this would be creating the painting and putting it out somewhere and selling it. Whether you make the painting, you put it on a t-shirt, you put it on a canvas, you take it to an art gallery, make it for all the world to see. So the affirmation that is on this card, and I'm just looking at her and she's just glowing, like she just burst and birthed this amazing thing. So that's the energy that you're going to need to feel. And then when I think about Sagittarius, that light that they bring into the room, all this yellow and all this brightness and all this love, just step into that energy. I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. So how many of you know that you got the power? You know that that is my thing, understanding that you have the power. And one of my mantras is activate your power, because when you know your power, you know your worth. Do you understand how valuable you are? Do you understand how much you actually bring to the table? Do you know what type of influence that you can really have on this world, on yourself, on others, if you just open yourself up and let yourself go? It's almost like those flowers that are closed, and they're beautiful when they're closed, but when that sunlight hits them and that water is activating that chlorophyll and that flower opens up and you just see all the extra beauty that's in it. Then we got the bees landing on it, and this flower is now pollinating this flower and that flower and that flower, because the bee is carrying its energy from itself to that one and that one and that one. Yeah, we're plants. So we have the ability to do just that. And this is your moment in time to capture that energy, that possibility. And then the reading during the week told us that it was going to happen for you faster than you even could think or imagine. So you're going to be riding that wave in this bright yellow beam of light. All your creativity is going to be pouring out. You're going to be bumping into all of these possibilities and opportunities and taking them and expanding yourself and growing and just letting your light get bigger and bigger and brighter. This is the moment. I am Miss Indigo Blue. I thank you so much for stopping through. I hope that you got to the cultivation of this message. I'm going to read the affirmation one more time so that you can write it down and make sure that you're reciting it during this full moon in Sagittarius. I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. Don't forget that personal readings are available at my website, which is readings.ibflawless.com. And don't forget to, if you're on YouTube, comment, like, share. If you're watching via Facebook or Instagram, make sure to turn on those notifiers so that you know when I am going live. I'm going to leave you with my full mantra, which is, when it gets hectic, don't forget, I've got it, you've got it, we've got it, the power. And you can do anything and everything you set your mind to with your power. May it be for your greatest good or your greatest other. I'm Miss Indigo Blue, and I'll see you here again soon. Ciao.